Look at me. I see you. You made it. That's a testament to something. You didn't quit when it got hard. But let's get real for a minute. Because what got you here is not what's going to get you to the finish line. A lot of you are still operating on interest. You're just interested in the outcome. You're interested in the glow, but you're not committed to the grind. The difference between interested and committed is the difference between dreaming and doing, between hope and reality. The interested person does what's convenient. The committed person does what's necessary. And right now, what's necessary is for you to look at your life and ask yourself, are you a tourist in your own journey, or are you a warrior on a mission? Because a warrior doesn't ask how he feels. A warrior asks what must be done. I need you to get so committed to your dreams that your excuses become afraid of you. I want to talk to you about the last mile, that part of the journey where the cameras are gone and the crowd has thinned out. That's the most important part. In any marathon, in any battle, the beginning is easy. Everybody's excited. The adrenaline is pumping. You got that fresh energy, but it's the last mile when your legs are burning, when your lungs are screaming, when your mind is telling you to stop, when you're pushing through the pain. That's where you win. That's when the real race begins. The last mile isn't about talent. It's about heart. It's about grit. It's about who wants it more. You have to have a last mile mentality. You have to be so committed that when everybody else is slowing down, you're speeding up. When everybody else is giving up, you're finding another gear. You have to fall in love with the end of the grind, because the end of the grind is where all the glory is. That last rep in the gym, that last page in your book, that last phone call for the day. That is the moment that separates the amateurs from the professionals. So stop looking for the easy beginning and start falling in love with the difficult, painful, glorious end. The pain you feel in the last mile is just weakness leaving your body. It's just a sign that you're about to make it to the other side. And when you get there, you'll look back and see that it was all worth it. Let's get real about what it takes to be great. It's not about what you do when the cameras are on. It's about what you do when nobody is watching. I'm talking about the unseen work, the late nights, the early mornings, the boring, repetitive tasks that nobody sees. That's where you build the muscle of greatness. You can't fake the unseen work. The results will show themselves. You can't lie about it. Your body will show it. Your bank account will show it. Your legacy will show it. So stop trying to look good. Stop trying to get applause and get obsessed with the grind that happens in silence. The work you put in when nobody is watching is what makes you unstoppable in front of a crowd. It's the silent preparation, the private discipline, the lonely moments of sacrifice that create the public moment of success. Your greatness is not being forged on a stage. It's being forged in a workshop, behind closed doors, in the middle of the night. It's in the moments you choose to study instead of scroll, to create instead of consume, to push through instead of give up. When you get obsessed with the unseen work, the results will speak for themselves. You won't have to tell anybody how hard you work. They'll see it in your results. I need you to understand a critical law of success, the compound effect. It's the principle that small, seemingly insignificant decisions and actions repeated consistently over time will lead to a massive result. Think about a single drop of water. One drop by itself is nothing, but 1,000 drops over time can carve a canyon. That's what your effort is doing. That one extra push-up today, that one extra page you read, that one healthy meal you ate, it might not feel like it's doing anything right now. You won't feel the change immediately, but 6 months from now, a year from now, those little efforts will have compounded into an unstoppable force. Your competition is looking for the big, flashy breakthrough, the one-time event that changes everything. But you and I both know the secret. There is no magic bullet. There is only the daily, relentless commitment to the little things. Stop discounting the power of what feels like a small effort. A small effort multiplied by time is the most powerful force in the universe. Don't be fooled by the lack of immediate results. Your discipline is stacking up, dropping by drop, forming a river of unstoppable momentum. We are living in a world of softness. A world where everybody is looking for the easy way out. A world where people are afraid of a little discomfort. And I'm telling you, this softness is a disease. It's a disease of the mind. You have to become mentally tough. You have to develop a famine of discipline. You have to be so hungry for the grind that nothing can distract you. You have to be so committed to your purpose that you are willing to outwork, outthink, and out-hustle your competition. The world is looking for a few good people who are willing to do the hard stuff. The world is looking for leaders who are willing to sacrifice. So stop being so soft. Stop looking for the easy way out and get so disciplined that your future self thanks you for the work you did today. You are living in a culture that celebrates mediocrity, a culture that tells you it's okay to be comfortable, a culture that wants to give you the reward without the work. And I'm telling you, if you listen to that voice, you will end up with an average life. Don't be average. Be a lion in a world of sheep. Be a warrior in a world of softness. Y'all, you can't rely on motivation. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings come and go. But your why is a deeply rooted conviction. It's the reason you're doing this when you don't feel like it. I need you to get emotional right now. I want you to go to that place that makes you cry. That's your why. Is it for your kids? Is it so your mother doesn't have to work another day? Is it to prove the doubters wrong? Is it so you never have to feel that pain of regret again? Whatever it is, it's got to be bigger than your excuses. You can't just say, I want to be rich. Why? Because when the alarm goes off on a cold morning, I want to be rich ain't going to get you out of bed. But I refuse to let my kids live the way I did. Now that's a whole different kind of fire. You have to tap into that. You have to connect your one thing to your ultimate why. When you do that, the discipline becomes an act of love, not just a task. It's no longer about what you have to do. It's about who you have to become and who you have to become for the people you love. Your why is your fuel. It's the thing that will carry you through the last mile. And it's the thing that will remind you why you started in the first place. Listen to me and listen good. Focus isn't just about what you do. It's about what you don't do. You can't say yes to everything and still expect to have time for your dreams. Your time and energy are finite. Every time you say yes to a distraction, you are saying no to your goals. You're giving away your most valuable asset, your time and your energy. I'm talking about saying a hard no to friends who don't respect your hustle. I'm talking about saying no to that party invitation that's going to throw you off track. I'm talking about saying no to the endless scrolling and the meaningless consumption. Protecting your energy is a non-negotiable part of this challenge. You have to become a gatekeeper of your time. You have to be so protective of your peace and your focus that people start to wonder what you're up to. Let them wonder. Because while they're wondering, you're working. You're making a deposit into your future, and they're just making withdrawals from theirs. The discipline of no is the most powerful tool in your arsenal. The people who are going to be there for you when you win are the people who respect your grind now, and if they don't, they're not on your team. You have to be willing to be misunderstood for a season in order to live a life that most people can't even imagine. I'm telling you, your entire day is decided in the first 60 minutes. The first hour of your day is a battle for your destiny. If you win the first hour, you win the day. You don't have to be a morning person. You have to be a person who is committed to their purpose. Most people wake up and immediately lose the battle. They grab their phone. They check their notifications. They start their day in a state of reaction, not intention. That is not how a warrior operates. A warrior wakes up and gets their mind right, their body right, and their purpose right. So the morning is your time to set the tone, to prime your mind, to move your body, to read something that fills your soul, and to focus on your one thing. It's the silent, sacred time that you own. So stop giving away your most powerful moments to distractions. Start your day with a win. Wake up and do the work that nobody else is willing to do. Because the work you do when the world is sleeping is the work that will make your dreams a reality. I need to be very clear with you about a dangerous trap. It's the tyranny of the urgent. This is when you spend all your time reacting to what screams the loudest, not what matters the most. You check that email the second it comes in. You reply to that text message immediately. You jump on that social media notification like a dog after a treat. All these things feel urgent, right? But are they important? Are they moving you closer to your one thing? Most of the time, the answer is a hard no. The most important things in life, building your health, growing your business, deepening your relationships, they rarely scream, they whisper, they are quiet, consistent actions that you have to choose every single day over the noise. So I need you to stop living a reactive life. I need you to be proactive. I need you to decide what is important. And then I need you to create a plan to do those things first, before the noise and the distractions even have a chance to get to you. Don't be a slave to your inbox or your notifications. Be a master of your own destiny. You have to be willing to ignore the urgent in order to get to the important. I need you to look at your life like a farm. Every single day, you are either planting seeds or you are pulling weeds. The work you do in the morning, that's a seed you're planting. The time you waste on social media, that's a weed that's growing and stealing the nutrients from your life. You can't expect a harvest if you don't plant anything. The harvest is not a one-time event. It is a direct result of the seeds you've been planting. And you don't get to harvest in the morning and plant in the afternoon. You have to be patient. You have to be consistent. You have to believe that the work you are doing today will produce a harvest you can't even imagine in the future. Stop looking for the instant harvest. Stop trying to get rich quick. You've got to fall in love with the process of sowing the seed. That one email you sent, that one call you made, that one page you wrote, that's a seed. It might not look like much now, but if you keep planting and you keep watering and you keep pulling the weeds, you will have a harvest. The world wants to sell you on the idea of a miracle harvest, but a miracle is just the culmination of 1,000 small, consistent acts of discipline. So what are you planting today? I'm telling you, a casual mindset is the most dangerous thing you can have. It's the opposite of a warrior's heart. A casual mindset is when you just show up when you feel like it. A casual mindset says, I'll get to it eventually. A casual mindset says, it's not that big of a deal. But I'm telling you, every single time you have a casual mindset, you are making a withdrawal from your destiny. The person who is going to take your spot at the top ain't casual. They're obsessed. They're focused. They're relentless. You have to treat your dreams like a matter of life and death, because that's what it is. It's the difference between living a life of purpose and living a life of regret. The casual mindset will cost you everything. It will cost you your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your peace of mind. You can't be casual about your dreams when the people who are trying to live your dream are committed. So I need you to put that mindset to rest. Get focused, get committed. Let's go. I've told you about the enemies outside, the distractions, the negative people, the laziness of the world. But I need to talk to you about the most dangerous enemy of all, the enemy within. I'm talking about that voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough. That voice that whispers, just give up. You can't do it. That voice that fills you with fear and self-doubt. That voice is a liar. It is the enemy of your potential. You have to learn to fight that voice. You have to learn to talk back to it. You have to replace every negative thought with a positive action. You don't get to feel your way into action. You have to act your way into a feeling. The only way to silence the enemy within is to show it what you're made of. It's to do the work. It's to face the challenge head on. It's to get so obsessed with your purpose that there is no room for doubt. Your greatest battle is not with the world. It's with yourself. And you will win that battle not by talking about it, but by doing the damn work. I've seen it 1,000 times. People start with a bang. They're full of energy, full of passion, and full of great ideas, but they never finish. The graveyard of potential is filled with half-finished books, half-built businesses, and half-realized dreams. Y'all, the power of completion is not just about the finished product. It's about the psychological power you give to yourself. When you finish something, you are telling your mind, I am a finisher. I can be trusted. I get the job done. And that little victory builds momentum. It builds confidence. It builds a reputation, not just with others, but with yourself. The secret to success is not in starting, it's in finishing. So today, I want you to go back to that one thing, that one project, that one task, and I want you to finish it. No matter how small it is, finish it. Because the moment you become a finisher, you become unstoppable. You are no longer just a dreamer. You are a doer. You are no longer just a starter. You are a closer. You can't build a life of success on a foundation of unfinished business. I'm telling you, your education is not over when you get your degree. In fact, that's just the beginning. The world is changing so fast that if you're not learning, you're losing. A true champion is a relentless learner. They are always reading. They are always listening. They are always asking questions. They understand that their growth is their greatest asset. Stop acting like you know it all. Stop acting like you've arrived. Because the moment you think you know it all, you have just opened the door for someone who is hungrier and who is willing to learn to take your spot. Your humility to learn is a direct reflection of your hunger to win. Be a student of the game, a student of your craft, a student of your own life, because the more you learn, the more you earn, and the more you become. The most successful people in the world are not the smartest. They are the most adaptable, and you can only adapt if you are constantly learning. Listen up. A lot of you are paralyzed by the fear of failure. You're so scared of making a mistake, of falling down, of not being good enough that you don't even start. But I want to introduce you to something much worse than the fear of failure. It's the pain of regret, the pain of looking back. Fear of failure is a lesson. It's a redirection. It's a part of the process. You can recover from failure, but you can never recover from a life filled with regret. So I need you to choose right now. Are you going to be controlled by a fear that holds you back, or are you going to be fueled by a purpose that drives you forward? The pain of regret is a far greater punishment than the sting of failure. It's a bill that you will pay every single day for the rest of your life, and it's a bill that you can't pay back with money. So stop being afraid to fail and start being afraid to never have tried. Listen up. A lot of you want to be the CEO, but you're not willing to be the unpaid intern. You want the glory without the grind. You want the promotion without the preparation. But let me tell you something. The smartest people I know are always in the learning position. They are humble enough to ask questions. They are hungry enough to do the grunt work. They show up ready to absorb knowledge, not just to show off their own. A true champion has an unpaid intern mentality. They understand that every single task, no matter how small or insignificant, is an opportunity to learn and grow. They are there to serve their purpose, not their ego. When you're at the bottom, there is only one way to go, and that is up. So stop being too good to be an intern. Stop being too good to do the small, boring tasks. Because I promise you, the greatest lessons are learned when you are doing the work that nobody else wants to do. That's how you earn your stripes. That's how you become a master. The person who is willing to do what others are not is the person who will one day have what others want. Y'all, some of the greatest breakthroughs happen not because of a genius idea, but because of a fire of necessity. It's when your back is against the wall and you have no other choice but to fight your way out. It's when failure is not an option. A lot of you are sitting on your potential because you don't have that fire. You've got a backup plan, a safety net, a casual way out. But when you burn the boats, when you eliminate the escape route, you ignite a fire inside you that is unstoppable. That fire makes you relentless. It makes you creative. It makes you work harder than you've ever worked before. Stop trying to make your life comfortable. I'm telling you, sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is for your back to be against the wall, because that's when you will discover the strength you never knew you had. That's when the warrior inside you will finally emerge. That's when you will stop being interested and start being committed. That's when you will realize that your purpose is bigger than your fear. I know I've been preaching the grind, but let me tell you something crucial. A warrior who doesn't rest is a warrior who burns out. Your discipline isn't just about the work. It's also about the rhythm of rest. Rest is not a reward for the grind. It's a strategic part of the grind. Your body and mind need to recover. When you push yourself to the breaking point without a plan for recovery, you are actively working against your own long-term success. The most successful people in the world are masters of their rest. They know when to shut it down. They know when to refuel. They know that a day of true rest makes the next 2 days of work more productive and more powerful. So I'm not telling you to be lazy. I'm telling you to be smart. Schedule your rest. Protect your time off just as fiercely as you protect your work time. Because a rested mind and a recovered body will always outperform one that is running on fumes. I'm going to give you some real talk right now. You're going to fall. You're going to slip up. You're going to have a bad day where you lose your focus. It happens to everybody. But the difference between a champion and a quitter is not that a champion never falls. The difference is that a champion always gets back up. I want you to learn the art of the reset. Don't let one bad day turn into 2. Don't let one slip up turn into a week of excuses. The moment you mess up, the moment you get off track, I need you to forgive yourself. And I need you to get back to your one thing immediately. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the new month. Don't wait until you feel like it. The power is in the immediate return to your purpose. It's in the ability to forgive yourself and get back on the grind. Your ability to reset is a measure of your true commitment. So if you fall, get up. If you fail, learn. If you slip, get back on the path, and don't you dare let one mistake define the rest of your journey. The road to greatness is not a straight line. It's a zigzag of failures and successes, but as long as you keep moving forward, you will get there. You've heard me. You've heard the message. You've got the why. You've got the one thing. You've got the environment, and you've got the mentality. The last step, as always, is a choice. A choice to move from being interested to being committed. A choice to embrace the unseen work. A choice to be a victor, not a victim. A choice to put in the work when no one is watching. A choice to get so obsessed with your one thing that nothing else matters. The time for excuses is over. The time for planning is over. The time for talking is over. This is your moment. This is your day. This is your one thing. Go get it. Let's go. I'll see you tomorrow.